Hello. This video is for anyone with their sun or ascendant in Aquarius. In recent weeks, dear Aquarians, you have likely been experiencing a state of intellectual and mental overheat. Your mind is generating dozens of unconventional ideas. You see the future several steps ahead, yet you run into wall-like resistance and sluggishness from the world around you. You are used to valuing freedom, out-of-the-box thinking, and independence. Lately, however, this ahead-of-time pace has started working against you. You might feel irritated by having to explain simple things, drowning in details, or feeling a background sense of loneliness among people. Retreating from real everyday problems into abstract dreams only fuels financial chaos and leaves your position vulnerable. You are completely fine. It's just that the old strategy of distancing yourself from reality no longer protects you. An Aquarius's true strength today lies in turning your boldest ideas into a functional, resilient system. The good news is that September of 2026 gives you the key to materializing your unconventional plans and solidifying your social standing. In the first 10 days of the month, a powerful Mercury in your 8th house and the new moon on the 11th of September at 18 degrees Virgo will help you conduct a deep overhaul of your financial resources and clear past obligations. On the 10th of September, your ruling planet Uranus halts and turns retrograde in your 5th house of creativity and personal projects, while Mercury moves into your 9th house of expansion, and Venus takes center stage at the peak of your chart in the 10th house of career. The month's climax will be the full moon on the 26th of September at 4 degrees Aries, in your 3rd house of information and connections, after which Mars enters your 7th house of active partnership on the 28th of September. Let's break down step by step how Aquarius can navigate September in the best possible way. At the very end of the video, a short neuro-alignment practice awaits you to help declutter your mind and smoothly navigate all the challenging days of September. Make sure to listen until the end, but now let's dive into the forecast, starting with personal strategy and finances. The first 10 days of the month are a time for a deep audit, managing investments, handling taxes, and clearing complex financial issues. While Mercury travels through Virgo in your 8th house of transformations, and the new moon forms there at 18 degrees on the 11th of September, you'll be able to masterfully untangle any long-standing banking or property knots. However, major astrological shifts take place on the 10th of September. Your ruler Uranus halts and turns retrograde at 5 degrees Gemini in your 5th house of personal projects, startups, and creative expression. At this point, Uranus joins for other outer planets already in retrograde, meaning all 5 collective giants are slowing down external processes simultaneously. On the same day, Mercury moves into Libra in your 9th house of legal matters, travel, and higher education, while Venus solemnly claims your 10th house of career and professional status in Scorpio. From the 10th of September, Uranus turning retrograde in your 5th house asks you to pump the brakes on spontaneous investments in risky ideas and reevaluate the core concept of your creative endeavors. Venus at the top of your chart in the 10th house brings powerful financial and moral support from management, investors, or official institutions. Your professional authority will grow. On the 16th and 17th of September, Mars in your 6th house of daily work forms a precise, harmonious trine to retrograde Saturn in your 2nd house of personal finances. These are excellent days for instituting a clear work schedule, stabilizing reliable income, and streamlining daily expenses. On the 18th of September, as Mercury in the 9th house forms a strict opposition to Saturn in the 2nd house, your grand ambitions will face a real-world reality check. Your big plans for education, business scaling, or international travel might hit temporary financial limits. On the 18th of September, do not give in to skepticism or slip into nihilism. Your primary weapon is cool-headed budget adjustment and steady, step-by-step progress without rushing. On the 28th of September, Mars enters Leo, your 7th house of public visibility, clients, and direct partnerships. From this point on, a phase of high external activity begins, requiring you to energetically build dialogue with clients, partners, and counterparts. You know well how external dynamics affect both your personal life and your relationships overall. Let's see how September's transits will impact your interactions. From the 10th of September, when Venus enters Scorpio in your 10th house and Mercury moves into Libra in your 9th house, your social connections gain high status and depth. You will attract action-oriented people with power and influence. In your personal life, the period up to the 28th of September calls for careful nurturing of trust. Venus in Scorpio does not forgive superficiality or detachment. On the 10th and 18th of September, avoid intellectual snobbery and the urge to distance yourself from a loved one's emotions under the guise of logic. The month's climax arrives on the 26th of September with the full moon at 4 degrees Aries. It takes place in your 3rd house, the sector of communication, close relatives, documents, negotiations, and travel. This is the emotional and informational peak of the month. The full moon will illuminate the finalization of key negotiations, document signing, or the completion of a course. You will get clear answers to questions that have been hanging in the air for a long time. The golden rule for Aquarius on the 26th of September is: filter incoming information and don't get pulled into pointless arguments on the road or online. No matter what we do or worry about, our body absorbs the stress. Let's turn to an analysis of your physical reserves and psychosomatics. For Aquarius's sensitive, high-vibration nervous system, September of 2026 makes specific demands on the calves, leg joints, vascular system, and autonomic regulation. In the first half of the month, when your head is overloaded with thought processes and Uranus is preparing to turn, you might experience blood pressure fluctuations, insomnia, vascular spasms, and muscle tension in your calves and ankles. In somatic therapy, calves and ankles are directly linked to the fear of losing footing when taking a leap into the future and the inability to relax. On the 18th of September, during the Mercury-Saturn opposition, it is vital to reduce mental strain, giving your eyes and nervous system a rest. After the 28th of September, with Mars shifting into your partnership sector, physical energy will surge, though the risk of impulsive injuries during active movement will also rise. The best way to preserve your vitality this month is information hygiene, alternating foot baths, light cardio exercise, and maintaining a healthy sleep routine. Turn off digital devices at least an hour before sleep. Let's assemble the map of your September into a single clear action plan to remove mental noise and organize everything neatly. Until the 10th and 11th of September, clear debts and structure joint finances under a strong Mercury and the new moon in the 8th house. The 10th of September, bolster career and authority with Venus in the 10th house, reevaluate creative risks under retrograde Uranus, and broaden connections with Mercury in the 9th house. The 16th, 17th, and 18th of September, organize income and schedules during the Mars-Saturn trine, and tightly control budgets during the Mercury-Saturn opposition on the 18th of September. The 26th of September, summarize documents, studies, and lock-in agreements during the full moon in the 3rd house. The 28th of September, step into active engagement with clients, the public, and partners as Mars moves into the 7th house. Mental focus of the month. Redirect your energy away from chaotic mental overheating toward practical grounding of ideas, strengthening your career, and caring for your nervous system. Now that you know what to expect from September, let's tune our mindset and internal state for a fantastic month ahead. By the way, if you know your ascendant sign in addition to your sun sign, I recommend watching both forecasts to combine them for a complete picture of the month. You can find videos for all zodiac signs on the channel. However, raw information about dates and transits alone doesn't automatically change our habitual reactions. Still, we create our future moment by moment, and being aware of the astrological landscape gives us the tools to navigate it gracefully. Let me invite you to take the first step right now. Write your personal manifesto phrase for Aquarius in the comments below. I turn my ideas into real power while preserving my inner freedom. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you resonate with our approach. Now let's transition into our integrative neuroalignment practice. It is designed using neurolinguistic principles so that your brain deeply relaxes your body, sheds mental noise, and shifts into a calm, clear-headed observer state. If you are currently driving, walking outside, working out, or doing household chores, there is no need to stop, close your eyes, or put your tasks on hold. This session is crafted to work directly with your subconscious mind, even as background listening. Your brain will capture the necessary mental keys and begin releasing physical tension. Simply keep moving, let my voice play in the background, and be sure to listen through to the end to solidify your inner foundation for all of September. Ready? Let's begin. Take a slightly deeper breath in, and a smooth, gentle exhale out. You don't need to try hard to relax. Just feel the sensation of your clothing against your skin. Notice the weight of your shoulders. Feel the ground supporting your feet if you are standing or walking, or the support behind your back if you are seated. Your body is doing an incredible job right now, keeping you balanced in an ever-changing world. Allow your face to soften. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders drop half a centimeter lower. Simply breathe out any built-up tension. No matter what happens around you this month, whatever planetary transits, emotional storms, or external demands come your way, there is a space of absolute quiet inside you. It is your breath. It is the steady beat of your heart. It is your ability to simply observe. You are not your anxious thoughts. You are the observer who notices those thoughts and watches them drift by like clouds. With every inhale, you reclaim your composure. With every exhale, you let go of other people's expectations and chaos. You have handled challenges before. You will absolutely navigate this moment too. Your body knows how to be strong. Your mind knows how to remain clear. Just breathe and keep moving forward. To engage in deeper, focused therapeutic work, fully release accumulated stress, and reset any challenging aspects of this month at a somatic level, click the link in the video description. There you will find the complete 10-minute deep immersion session. I recommend listening to it whenever you need to regain composure and clarity on tough days. Subscribe to the channel and save the link for quick access. Take care of your energy and see you in the next videos.